Hey, I'm Hayden Keys, and in this episode of Eat This Not That, we're going to be looking at spreads. Now, while I'm not a big fan of bread and toast and things we'd normally put spreads on, I do know people eat them, so let's go through what are the worst and what are the best. So first of all, we'll look at peanut butter, an old favourite. So for those of you that are old enough, we remember that peanut butter used to come with oil on top. But as we can see, no oil. That's because it's been emulsified. So peanut butter is now processed, more than just ground up nuts. But this one has also sugar, peanut oil and salt. So really all it should be is just ground up peanuts. But I'm not a big fan of peanuts. One, because they're not nuts, they're actually a legume. And two, they can grow a mold on them, which can be very damaging for your health. So peanut butter out. In is a nut spread. So here we've got a nut spread. This is ABC, that stands for almonds, Brazils and cashews. And it's just ground up nuts. And what we see is that it's got oil on top. So all you need to do to get the oil back in there is like in the old days, just stir it around. But it has a beautiful taste. It's made from roasted nuts. You put that on your crackers or your toast and it's delicious. You can even put a bit of banana on there as well to make a little bit of sweet and savoury. So that comes in not just ABC but also in plain almonds and plain cashew, and you can find that at a regular supermarket. Now the next thing we'll look at is good old Vegemite. So I'm always a bit worried these days just by the mere fact that it's like a black substance. I used to love eating this as a kid, but I haven't eaten it for years now. Now it's made from a yeast extract which is relatively natural, but that can be another MSG type compound, so that can be affecting neurotransmitters and those things. Plus this has a colour in it. And we think, well, why does it need a colour? Well, probably it doesn't, other than that the manufacturers think they need to keep the colour consistent, but we don't want that going in our body. So Vegemite's out. If you want something a little bit more savoury, you could try tahini. So tahini's made from ground up sesame seeds, and it's a paste, a little bit oily, but it has a nice delicious flavour. It's what you get the taste of when you eat hummus. So hummus has tahini in it. So it's nice on toast with a bit of honey or banana, or on a cracker, or can even be used in your salad dressings. So tahini, that can be found at supermarkets as well. Now here we have Nutella, which I think is probably one of the worst things you could ever eat or give to your kids. And while it looks chocolatey and it has a nutty taste, it's actually made from refined sugar and vegetable oil. It's probably the worst thing you could ever use. So Nutella, definitely out. If you want to use something that's a bit chocolatey and sweet, you could use something like this, which is a coconut chocolate spread. So this one's made from raw cacao, which is unprocessed cocoa, coconut oil and coconut nectar to give it a nice sweet taste. You could use it as a spread on some toast or some biscuits, or you could use it even in a hot drink and make like a hot chocolate. But all natural ingredients. But it is sweet, so only occasionally. Now over here we've got honey. We all think honey's natural, which it is, but there are differences in honey. So this is just your standard one, and again, if you're old enough, you might remember that honey used to crystallize if it was left too long, where it doesn't seem to do that now. And that's because all your commercial honeys have been heat treated when they're extracting the honey. So that stops it crystallizing, but what it also does is it destroys all the bacterial antibiotic properties of the honey. So it's basically just a honey flavoured sugar syrup, so no good for your health. You can get good honeys, they're called raw honey, and you'll find them at health food stores, or if you go to the markets and you find a beekeeper there, you'll get it from them. So just small scale productions where they just extract the honey out cold, so to speak, and then they just bottle it up. So honey can be good, but beware, it can be bad. Over here we've got jam. Jams, of course, are no good because most of them have got a lot of sugar in them. So while we have eaten them for hundreds of years, they're really not a part of a healthy modern diet. Even the sugar-free ones, they're just concentrating all the fruit sugars, the fructose, and this is where it can become a problem. So fructose in fruit in general is okay, but when you get a jam, that's just too much sweetness. Okay, so jam's out. You can maybe do some poached fruit and put that on your toast, but definitely not a jam. And of course, here we've got an avocado. One of the best things to spread on your toast, your sandwiches, or on a cracker. Nice and soft, has a delicious buttery taste, and it can go on there with a range of different things, proteins, or it could be put on there even with a bit of banana and even a bit of honey to make like a sweet, savoury sort of dish. So there you go. Hopefully that's enlightened you on all the different spreads and which are the best and which are the worst. And I'll see you in our next video. Thank you.